It's Lawson, and it's back in at the shooting guard. And for the Bobcats, they've got LeBron James.
Big shout out to all 15 of my subscribers. I couldn't do it without you, baby. What is happening, YouTube? Today's episode is featuring my Denver Nuggets legacy roster. We've got Carmelo Anthony at our starting four, Ty Lawson starting at the point guard position, Robert Pack, a dual point guard, starting at the two, Danilo, the hero Galinari, is our starting small forward, and the man in the middle, let's say it together in your best Cookie Monster voice.
You're right. That's a fifth floor problem.
Not in my house. No, no, no. Not today.
You can be Mutombo.
Shout out to Two Brothers Gaming, Robbie, Let's Play All Day, one of my favorite commentators on YouTube. You probably won't watch the video, but it's all good. I'm not in it for the endorsements. I'm not getting a check from YouTube anytime soon. I had considered not even showing this gameplay. In my typical fashion, it is sloppy. There is bad passing on both sides. Things that I am not necessarily proud of, but hey, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just gonna bring it to you like it is. I show the whole gameplay. I don't edit things out. I don't make myself to be the superstar. You see it how it is. The score never changes without you seeing the ball go through the hoop. I try to bring the YouTube 2K community as it is, something a little bit different. We can all learn a little bit, have some fun. I've got some imaginative rosters, some decent gameplay. Just earlier today, I uploaded some blacktop action. I was playing with the #1 ranked blacktop player on Xbox Live. Look for some more episodes of that. I'm really anticipating a release of Crew for 2k14. I am most definitely looking forward to Crew mode and or Blacktop mode for the PlayStation 4 and or Xbox One, accompanied with San Andreas, GTA 5. I might be spending a lot of time on the streets. Javale McGee with the repellent against Carmelo, swatting it away. My opponent for this match decided to start Josh Childress at the power forward position. I thought that this would clearly be a mismatch, but in fact, Josh Childress actually held his own. I think he grabbed 7 to 8 rebounds. I would suspect that the user had placed some sort of vertical or perhaps rebounding attribute on Mr. Childress because he was a presence in this game. I was a bit surprised by it, but at this point, with 2k13 almost a year in, not much surprises me. I would be completely okay if the attribute boost from MyTeam mode were completely removed for 2k14. Ray Allen does not need a higher 3-point rating. Dwight Howard should never be able to make 20 consecutive free throws. And Carmelo Anthony does not need a higher shoot off dribble. Then again, maybe he does because he just missed that bunny. What are you doing, Carmelo? Let's get the second attempt. I hope you ate your Honey Nut Cheerios. The second helping does the trick. And look who's checked into the game. It's everybody's favorite silver center,
What? I lied. Number 5, Javale McGee. Watch him. Watch him.
Come on, man. Behind the back. That was nice.
Watch him.
That was nice.
Are you kidding me, man? This kid is catch. Javale McGee will fall down. Fall down. Number 2, Javale McGee throws a dunk to himself off the backboard. Coach doesn't like it because they're down 6. Okay. What are you doing, man? Come on, you can't do that. We're down 6. Don't do that. And number 5, Javale McGee. Awesome. He spins. He falls. He throws a no-look pass. Javale. He spins. He falls. He throws a no-look pass. Number 1. Javale McGee says, you know what, forget basketball. I'm a volleyball player. Get it out of here. I play volleyball now. And spike it down. Number 3, he's back. Javale McGee with the awesome layup attempt. Check it out. Yeah, Javale.
He had a nice dunk the other night, though. That dunk he had was incredible.
You know, he's been playing terrific, too. But this was garbage. Come on, Javale. Number 2.
Why is he going back on the other end, man?
Number 2, Javale McGee, a.k.a. Tragic Bronson.
He was a wizard. He was terrible.
Tragic Bronson, give it up.
He's a terrible wizard. He's a better nugget.
That team. Number 5, Javale McGee, my boy. Check out the sweet outlet pass. Good defense, Javale.
Oh, good D.
Great pass.
Oh, my God. Like, what the heck am I doing? That's okay. That's all right, Javale.
Number 4.
There he is again. As
2 crappy plays versus the King.
No, wait.
Watch him post this big man up real strong. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Oh, my God.
Give me the ball. Strong move. I'm about to dunk it. What do I do with it?
Oh, my God.
Just turn it over.
This is the same game, too.
Turn it over.
My
favorite guy, Javale McGee. Javale McGee, a.k.a. Tragic Bronson.
No, that was a
good
one out.
Check out the pass on the break.
Javale, come on.
Check out the pass. No look behind the head.
Didn't we say he should start?
Well, guess what? Javale McGee again.
Oh, man.
Check it out.
He's
blowing a wide open alley-oop.
Oh,
come on, Javale McGee.
I won't get that.
I tell you what, he's the number 5, my favorite Javale McGee. He runs the wrong way.
That was a nice move, though.
Don't look at Javale, just watch John Wall. Like, what are you doing, man? All right, find out. Oh, man. Come on.
That's what I told.
Focus on John Wall.
No, that's the day John Wall should have went into the office and said, I demand to be traded.
You know, actually, I thought you
Oh, my God. Come on.
Javale again. Watch this inbound violation.
Come on. Javale, come on, man. You ain't in Washington no more, man. You're not in Washington. You're having a good year.
Number 3. Javale McGee misses a dunk.
I bet he's a wizard.
Flattened on the screen.
He's in the wizard.
Throw it down, big man.
He's in the wizard.
Now run back. Get back on defense. Come on. Let's go. Boing.
I'm telling you, when he was a wizard, he was the funniest player in the NBA. I am so glad he is a Denver Nugget now. There's something in the water.
Thank you, Javale McGee, for providing future NBA generations with laughs and laughs and laughs. I wonder if the people in Denver miss Nene and Birdman. Shout out to Nike Faller, another one of my favorites, representing Team Western Europe out of Germany. His commentary is entertaining and original. The editing is among the best that you will find in the 2K community. Even more impressive is that he's doing it from across the globe with a second language. Dikembe's clogging up the middle. Abdul Rauf comes up with the loose ball. That's my first gameplay with this Nuggets team. My first gameplay with that man as he chucks up the 3. I have zero idea, no clue on what his shot looks like, the form, the release, and as you can see, The typical shot feedback that I have normally equipped is not present, and I do not know the reason for this. I just started playing the game and it wasn't there. What do all the cool internet kids call it? A troll? A troll-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo? Hi-ho, it's off the troll we go. I can't seem to convert anything. It's a pretty close ball game. I'm still learning this guy's jump shot. It seems pretty quick, rather rigid. I will definitely have to hit the practice court and most certainly reapply the shot feedback menu as soon as I get the opportunity. Beautiful dish to the trailing Carmelo from the veteran. But then my two guards screen each other, leaving him wide open for the tray ball. Quick response, 3 points right back at me. At this point, I should have slowed this game down a little bit, ran a few play calls, but instead I just persisted to run this hectic style of offense. I'm okay with being fast-paced. In fact, I'm more than okay, but scrambling is a different story. I'm letting very weak backcourt pressure interrupt the flow of my offense. I would normally just utilize a couple quick passes between my guards or between my guard and the inbounder and break that pressure. Often enough that leads to easy points on the other side as a result, but I seem to have forgotten these things. As I have also forgotten that James Harden can shoot the rock.
There's 31 seconds left in the first half.
My freshest acquisition, my new favorite sixth man, continues to perform well in the first half. He's got 15 points and a dish. That is not too shabby off of the bench considering the circumstances with the shot feedback. James Harden's looking to get off one more time before the half. We need to get our guys in the locker room and ready for a pep talk.
Breaking news from Denver, where the Nuggets are set to introduce Bryant Shaw as their next head coach. So we take you to the Pepsi Center now. Standing by, team president Josh Kroenke, their new general manager Tim Connolly, and Coach Shaw.
Hired a new head coach. It was an interesting process. The first time I've gone through it in basketball. It was exhausting to say the least. I'm sure that Tim can relate to that in some way, and so can Brian. It was fun. You know, the process started out, and Brian and I had dinner actually in Los Angeles about a week and a half ago, and Pete was still here, and so we had a really nice meal, getting to know one another, and then had him out for an interview last week. And it was been a great process. There were some wonderful candidates, and ultimately our conversations between Tim and I kept coming back to Brian. I know he has some big shoes to fill. Coach Karl did some amazing things for this franchise, and I want to thank him one last time before we turn the page into the Brian Shaw era of the Denver Nuggets. There's a process to winning at the highest level. And I think that Brian's championship experience as both a player and a coach are going to be invaluable to our roster.
I want to say hello, thanks. I want to, first of all, start out by saying how humbled and how blessed and privileged I feel to have this opportunity in front of me. Mr. is one of the most respected owners in all of professional sports, and to have the opportunity to work for him.
I hope you're talking about my dad.
to work for him and to work with Josh, as well as with Tim. And as Tim just said, we all kind of known each other from afar without really knowing each other. Have a lot of friends in common, people that we worked with in common, and as much as they were interviewing me, I was interviewing them as well. I've been fortunate to be around great players from the time that I entered into the NBA in 1988, all the way through to when I retired as a player in 2003. But just looking forward to to coming here and working with these guys and trying to lead this team to where I think we can take it. For me, from the beginning of the time that I came in the league to the end, the organizations that I've been with, it's been championship or bust, basically. That's the kind of pressure that's been, associated with the teams that I've been with. And so I love this roster. I think it's young, it's fresh, energetic. There's some, I have a lot of respect for Coach Karl and what he's been able to accomplish throughout his career. I'm not, trying to come here and fill his shoes. I want to build on what the good things that he was able to do with this team, and create, my own legacy and put my own stamp on things with the help of these guys. With that being said, it was a great feeling as a coach to have a real true team, that you built trust and belief in one another. And quite frankly, from one night to the next, you didn't really know what you were going to get from one guy or the next, because they were young, and with young players comes a lot of imperfections, a lot of, there's a lack of life experience, a lack of playing experience. But one of the things that I pride myself on is actually getting out there, putting in the sweat equity and being patient yet firm, and developing young players. Going from coaching under Phil Jackson to coaching with and under Frank Vogel, I saw two different ways of doing things. Phil was very unique in the way that he did things. Frank Vogel came from a video coordinator background, which he did things kind of more along the lines of how other teams around the league do things. So, I get to kind of mix and blend both their way. I'm proud to say that I'm from the Phil Jackson tree. I'm proud to say that I'm from the Frank Vogel tree. I don't dwell on how long it's taken. I'm here now, and I plan on making the best of it, the most of it.
Brian Shaw, during the press conference, calling himself a young coach with an old soul, and 6 years as an assistant under Phil Jackson with the Lakers, the last 2 as the associate head coach in Indiana under Frank Vogel. And Brian Shaw speaking glowingly about both the former coach Phil Jackson and current coach with the Pacers, Frank Vogel.
The third quarter is winding down, and it is still a closely contested ball game. The good guys are down by 2 points. In the first half, Abdul Rauf carried us offensively, but here in the second half, as we approach the fourth quarter, Robert Pack is beginning to reach his stride. That's 5 straight points for the little guy. Make that 7 straight points, and he's taken his act to the line for the and one opportunity. And it's good! Tie ball game once again. We watched the press conference introducing Brian Shaw as the Denver Nuggets' new coach. This is a good hire for the organization. They are not in a complete rebuild mode, but more of a transition phase. They do still have pieces left in Ty Lawson and Kenneth Faried, the Manimal. Coach Karl won 57 games with this team last year. Granted, that did include a roster with Andre Iguodala, but as you can tell, the standards are high. The pressure is there to win ball games in Denver. That is not an easy task in a mid-major market. You're not going to get the best free agent acquisitions. You must succeed in the draft. You must make competent trades and look to the future. Much of the 2014 Denver Nuggets success will hinge on 2 players, the growth and development of those said players. The highlight reel JaVale McGee was what you got back for losing to Ney Hilario, which was a big piece. People in Washington are happy to have him and looking to build around the guy. And then you have Danilo Galinari, fresh off an ACL tear, was the major piece of the Carmelo deal. Carmelo Anthony, arguably the best player in Denver Nuggets history, is gone. This is the guy that you got back. The Nuggets organization is hoping and need Danilo Galinari to develop into a top-tier perimeter shooter in the NBA. The Denver Nuggets were very quiet during free agency. The newly hired GM, Tim Connolly, failed in his own stated #1 goal of retaining the services of Andre Iguodala. They did, however, acquire Nate Robinson. He will help increase the depth at the guard position, take minutes away from Andre Miller. Hell, maybe they can get Robert Pack away from the assistant coaching position with the Clippers to suit up.
Beating around him, Pack. Kemp from way outside. Rebound, Reggie Williams, and clear payout for Pack. Boy, can he leap. You saw that slam that he had in Game 3 that just rocked McNichols. Pack was only 6'2". He can climb.
A good rebound and a bust out for Robert Pack. He sees Kemp, but he's got two.
Look at Robert Pack, Nate Robinson, eat your heart out.
Caught in midair on almost a defensive back tackle in football and lands on his hip, but he's okay apparently as we go to Hannah Storm.
Dick, Nuggets trainer Jim Gillen told me the injury to Robert Pack is a bruised left hip, but as you can see, he's in the game. And from the looks of their discussion in the huddle, Dan Issel is counting on Robert Pack to be a factor, continue to be one in this game. Dick?
Now, Pack is going to be a factor. He has to stay out there while that hip is warm.
Oh, that's a fumble.
Because when he sits down, that thing is going to stiffen up and tighten up.
Beautiful pass by Pack to Bryant Williams. Perfect assist, 10 points for Williams. Millen for 3. Rebound Brian Williams, 2-on-2 break. Takes it home.
That's a huge play by Pack against the pressure of Gill to get himself under control. And in.
Robert Pack in the upper right-hand corner going to show everybody why his layup rating is an 89 in NBA 2k13.
In a position to make something happen, leaves it for Williams. Back long.
It's a big trip for Denver. Trying to pull it within 3. Rodgers has been knocked away. 4 seconds. Pack has to hurry 2. It counts and he is fouled. Oh my!
Dan Issel said about Pack, he's either going to make it happen or he isn't. And against the clock, he just put his head down and said, I'm coming to the rim. I don't care who's in front. Look at the elevation and then a little change with the ball.
Perkins with a foul, his 3rd. Boy, that's that leaping ability. He was, Buddy Chickern would say, the elevator stopped up there on the 7th floor. Everyone else fell down to 6 and 5, and he went up to 8 and scored.
But we've talked so much about the Sonics sprinting away, and we looked up there at the same advantage as it was at the half, a 3-point lead for the Sonics with Pack trying to make it 2.
62-60. Robert Pack into dunk, and Denver has the lead.
Basketball with Naismith, and this is one of the original plays, give and go and over the top, but they didn't jump that high in the beginning.
Well, they couldn't because Williams to Pack for 3. Robert Pack, he's unconscious here in the second half. 18 for Pack.
That is score the ball. We can win this game. He didn't know that this was going to be the guy that was going to be scoring the ball and making the threes. That is it.
Robert Pack has been brilliant today all season long. 82 games. He made 6 3-pointers. He has 5 in the playoffs. 2 for 3 today.
Warning, warning, do not shoot 3 balls with Robert Pack in NBA 2k13.
Almost a steal by Gill. Rodgers saves, gets it to Williams. Pack, can he hit another 3? Oh my!
Robert Pack for 3.
matched his entire season's total of trays in a 5-game playoff series. Some have their biggest lead, and Robert Pack's steady right hand the difference in the game. Rodgers picked up that last foul. Couldn't get the pass, and it's Payton with Pack, and knocked away by Reggie Williams. Final minute, 54 seconds remain. With Mutombo, another block for Mutombo. 28 seconds left, so there's about 5-second difference in the shot and game clocks. Sonics looking to make a turnover. And the foul by Kendall Gill stops the clock with 18.7 seconds and puts Robert back on the line. Have I to lead to 3 or 4. Hakeem Olajuwon, Mark Eaton, and Manute Bol had blocked 29 in the 5-game series, and Pack, an improbable hero. 21 points today, a couple trays mixed in, plus his floor leadership. And he coolly drops them both for a 4-point lead, so that puts more pressure on George Karl. It's still a Perkins shoots the 2, blocked by Brian Williams, recovered by Gill. 8 seconds, Perkins batted back out, McMillan. 3, way short. That's it. Mutombo embraces the ball, and the unlikely upset, one of the great upsets in NBA playoff history.
Robert, your teammate Dikembe Mutombo, laying prone on the floor in emotion. This is the biggest first-round upset in NBA playoff history. Can you describe your emotion?
The emotion is running real high right now. We all played hard. We knew if we won the 2 at home, anything could happen in Game 5, and we came out, played a lot of heart. I'm just proud of all the guys.
In the third quarter, you went down so hard and you bruised your left hip. But then in that timeout, the coach looked at you, and it looked like he was looking to you to get the offense on track. At that point, you really took the game over.
Definitely, he wanted to know if I could still go, and there's no way I was coming out the game at that point. He wanted me to get the ball, take control of the offense, and make sure we were then something every time down court. I was able to do that, and it turned out in a victory.